You know, as a lot of you have noticed, the news isn't accurate, isn't a depiction of the truth. The news is a narrative, a set of ideas planted in the minds of the viewer to make the viewer think in a certain way, or at least to make the viewer think that everybody else thinks in a certain way. You know, the popularity of something can be faked. A lot of new pop bands are released on this self-fulfilling prophecy marketing plan, where it's presented to the audience as if it's already big in all the other countries. The media, the realm of light and sound and art and words and pictures, and it's like theatre, the art. And this theatre it's got nothing to do with the truth. It's got something to do with the way it wants us to perceive the world until we find the truth which is in ourselves. So we're presented with absurdities. And it's very difficult to discern between what's real and what's fake, you know. People say money is fake and the banking system's all fake and stuff. But people still put the same amount of faith in it that they did always. And why? Because we're forced to. There's a force behind the things, almost like the force of gravity. These things are given a force. So when we see like absurd news reports, and we see these obvious videos are like photoshopped, changed, faked, something not right about them. Like say a terrorist video, and we can see that it's all just so unreal that even Hollywood makes much better images, much more realistic presentations. And so those of us who are kind of suspicious about the mainstream media, about any media, those of us look with a little bit of a deeper eye. We see that it's staged, that it's fake. Now, we don't know the motive or who faked it necessarily, or why it's been faked. It maybe makes us angry, but we see that it's faked, and in a way it's a relief to see that it's faked. But it's upsetting to see that the multitude of people in the world believe it and react to it. So what do? We begin to try to maybe take some of its power away, to make light of it, to reveal those little things, like in a horror movie where the monster comes, but you can see just behind the head there's a piece of wood holding the back of the monster's head on, and that the blood is all just tomato sauce being poured out of a container and things. We see that in these B-movie shows there. We see the fakery and we laugh. But it's the same as these these news videos and things. We laugh at them, we make light of them, we mock them, we make jokes about them. But after a while, when you realise how absurd these things are, and now there must be something else behind it, there must be something more to it than just trying to convince an audience of a video, because they could make a far better attempt at faking a video. So its purpose is to be fake enough for some of us to see. But then to make jokes about it over and over and over again, and mock it, and be cynical about it and put attention on it makes it more real again, gives it more substance. You know, why do these people need to make such a joke of something, you know? And so I think to myself, you know, do I listen to all of this absurdity? Do I even respond to it? Do I even talk about it? You know, if someone comes up to me and says, oh, they're trying to depopulate us, or they're trying to like brain control us. Yes, I know. I know there's people out there that would love to do that. You've got it in your own mind. You can see it yourself. The possibilities of evil within you are on this planet. There are a lot of dangers in the world. But the things that we call problems are not necessarily the dangers if they're not real problems. We're getting shown absurdities and we're taking them as real problems. Now there's dangers to life, you know. If you've started a project on your own, you wanted to do something, and you decided, I'll just talk mention it to my friends. I'll tell my friends that I want to go, you know, climbing Mount Everest. And at first they'll laugh, oh yeah, you're joking. No, I'm serious, I want to climb that mountain. Oh yeah, but you can't do it. Why? Oh, and you need a big team, you need this, you can't do it because of that, it's dangerous. Oh yeah, but you know, we use ropes. Yeah, but ropes these days are, you know, and everything you say, there'll be a warning to it. A big warning sign, warning, 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 don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. If I'd have had a warning for everything that I've ever done in life, I wouldn't have done anything. And I tell you what, I'm a bigger danger to myself than anybody else is to me. So after warning everybody and telling everybody about all the news events and articles, it's just kind of just supporting the absurd. I get tired of it. I get sick of like having to consume this absurdity and go along with it as if it's relevant, you know? And so I decide for myself in a total arrogant, if you like, total condescending, selfish fucking way to go off on my own and say I'm not listening, or I'm not going to fucking take on this common consciousness about the narrative of the system. I am sick of this David Ickeism view of the world. And people who think that they've risen above that, you know, I don't know what the fuck it's all about. I don't know what this fuck it's all about. But somehow there seems to be an air of absurdity about this thing. And laughing at it and mocking it makes it grow after a while. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not angry with the world like that. I'm just passionate on this video because you just won't fucking listen unless somebody's angry. This is the problem. Do you see what I mean? I get loads more fucking views on my videos when I raise my voice and like act like I've got a fucking problem. You just want to hear how many fucking problems there are in this world. Do you want to know something? If you got the clarity to look deeper into the problems that you thought were problems, you'd realise that no, there's much deeper, serious challenges ahead. And looking at this absurdity in this way is just wasting time. You know, I talk about solutions and they're not, you know, a problem, there's an answer to a problem. And if the answer to that problem is that it isn't a problem, there's a different problem, the solution will be a different solution. You know, if you're sick of the fucking government and if you're sick of the system, then just go. But there is nowhere to go to if you want to like get involved in life, get involved in helping, get involved in revealing the truth and stuff. If you're really passionate about that, then you would accept what I'm fucking saying and you would know why I'm saying it like this. But it's so easy to take the absurd fucking news and respond to it with constant fucking mockery. So we all can choose our performance. I've chosen to walk through this fucking field on my fucking own and shout at a camera, you know, because it makes me angry. Now, I could just carry on in my life and keep my stuff to myself because what I see is more empowering than what the crowd are chewing together on cud. You know, I come here to try and touch you people as kings and queens, but I'm not trying to give you a formula that everybody can have. So if you're trying to look for something within my videos that you can pass on to the masses to wake up the masses, it won't work. If you're not going to think for yourself, you won't find the answer. If you're trying to think for everybody else, you'll just go round in circles, because there is no, until you know the nature of this system, until you know the nature of debt and deceit, until you know what's really going on, and you can discern between true corruption and deception, then, you know, you won't see the answer. And if you don't see the answer, you won't be able to find the solution to that answer, because you're going to be looking for a solution to another answer that isn't real. Trying to run away from the system, trying to become autonomous, trying to live off the grid, trying to fucking, you know, start outsider groups, rather than looking directly into the eye of the storm and asking yourself, what is the true nature of this game? Just because I don't like it doesn't mean to say that it wants changing. I might just have to accept it for a while. I might just have to accept that this is like I don't know, a vicious circle, a magical realm that's been built, and there's tricks in it. And we don't like those tricks. We like honesty and openness. But we're going to have to come to the terms with the fact that deception is a part of humanity. So it's deception versus deception. Now, if you think it's, you know, a perfect paradise, is everybody just being dead honest, then start with yourself. Start with yourself. You know, I'm sick of being so fucking prudent about talking about the Bible, because I know that most of you religious people and most of you atheists have all got the wrong answer. To me, you're one big religion that either disbelieve or believe in this thing that isn't the thing that's even been talked about. You know, if we was talking about another book and I totally misquoted it, you'd be onto me like a ton of bricks. But nobody reads the Bible, and then we're stuck in this fucking stupid situation where everybody knows better about the Bible. And I'm saying if you read it, you would know why you didn't need to read it. You would know why you was losing, you know, why we can't get control in this world. And it's got nothing to do with you joining a religion and becoming faithful and pious. That's your own fucking projection that you've been given and that you still hold. Unless you just wake up and realise that the Bible is not just a bunch of bullshit stories, unless you've just got a bullshit view of it. Now, I say nobody of you should read the Bible because you're not showing enough intelligence to decrypt the thing. And of all the efforts that I've put in, and all the people I've seen putting in efforts into decoding the Bible, I don't see anybody who can actually decode it. You know, I'd love to get, like, you know, different people in a room talking about the Bible, because there's some of them who know a hell of a lot more than everybody else, and they know that they know nearly nothing. So how can the masses be so fucking arrogant as to think they know what they're talking about just because the masses say it? You know, if we're going to go round in this circle of reality by popularity, anything that's popular goes, then we're not going to get anywhere. We're not going to, you know, I'm not going to escape the herd. You're not going to escape the herd. So if it really is the evil world you're talking like it is, the real true new world order that the cabal, the elite have like formulated for us minions, no, just fucking wake up to the fact that this system is older than any man alive. Of course there's people who've got power. Of course there's families who've passed down this thing. How else would fucking human-driven software work? I think what upsets you is the fact that it's just not the way you want the world. And you can't accept the fact that it's already got a bit of a plan that you're just going to have to accept. I don't know, I don't know, I can fully understand the whole fucking absurdity of it. But all I can do is shout. Because we've got such an atmosphere of suspicion. How are you going to find out what you want to do in life if you're only looking at the warnings about it? Take a fucking risk. Find something you want to die for and put that as your risk pledge. You know, but what are we fucking doing? I don't think that people have had it bad enough from this government. I think debt needs to get worse. I think the situation needs to get worse because people don't need the answer enough. I needed an answer as an individual, so I went off and tried to find my own fucking answer, and I found it. And I was stupid enough to think I could get on this channel and make it very easy for you to lead you there. But no, you want it on a plate, something you can eat. Oh, I watched this video, I didn't get anything from it. No, because you didn't actually eat it, did you, properly? You just put it in your mouth, swallowed it and shit it out again. This is our problem. You know, you think that a fucking book is the thing that's got the answers in it. But no, if you can read any book and find your own answer about why you disagree or agree or what that means to you, then you've got an answer. And if 50,000 million fucking people say to you that it's not like that, and you've got in your own mind more proof, then fucking go for it. What did Gandhi say? You know, in the minority of one, the truth is still the truth. You know, the truth remains the truth. And when we're living in a world of people who are like hanging together, looking for the answers within each other, looking for the answers on the outside, looking for an answer that you can tell someone without just sitting there thinking, maybe it's an unspeakable answer. And the longer I try and tell it, the longer I'm missing it. Because all I'm trying to do is show people the fucking warnings about the New World Order that is just a big idea. Now, if you actually worked it out, then man's hand is what built this world. Nobody knows about God and stuff really, what it's all about. But we've come to some agreement that goodness or God or these ideas, the thing that inspires man has to follow certain kind of ideas in philosophy or whatever, in theology. It has to have certain guidelines. Like, you can't say that you created yourself. You can't say that you can fly. You know, and they're just like, just simple examples. But if you're taking a right that doesn't exist and you haven't thought about it, saying, oh, every man should be free and equal. Well, who are you expecting to do that? You know, is it not you that's starting to believe in some kind of upper power, some elite, some cabal, some, elite family that's got control over the world and wants to, yes, it's got control already since years over words, over language. You know, start looking at your own language. Start looking at why you've misunderstood certain words. Don't just think that just because everybody else understands that word that way, that's okay. Because we've just uprooted the past. Because I can tell you that those who you think are like the elites are probably just outsmarting everybody else and haven't got the fucking time or energy anymore to try and wake humanity up to the truth. When it doesn't want the truth, it wants fucking drama, it wants anger because it's bored, because it hasn't come back to itself and do what it's here to do. You know, the symptoms of a lot of our confusion is just not coming back to yourself, finding out what you're here to do and making a start there, even if it's just a little start. Because as we see, 26 letters of the alphabet have caused all of this trouble. 9 numbers of the numerals have caused all of this trouble. Because we read it wrong. That we've had no power over us in the first place if we didn't misread the language or use the language. But now we use the language, we need to understand the language and how it's controlling us. I might do this video again in a really calm, philosophy type of voice, and then talk. And you will find it very sensible in the mind. But then you will say, this man has no passion for the world. You would say, this man has no conviction. You would say, this man is being paid to say what he's doing. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thanks for taking my shouting and screaming. See you later.